First question, what made you suspicious initially?
Well, there were a few things that happened that made me suspicious. One is when we were transferring from Carestream or OrthoTrack to Tops, we had a trainer come in, and my financial coordinator, who was the embezzler, did not have the employer policies in place so that we could convert contracts from to Tops. And she acted very strange because I had asked her if she had done all of her legwork for this conversion, and she said yes, and then she just acted very confused. And she had always been on top of things, and so I started kind of questioning what she was doing, if she wasn't doing things right. And the trainer raised some suspicions as well because she didn't understand why things hadn't been done. Then we had a day where, can I use her name?
Yeah.
Okay. We had a day when Susie was not at the office, and I noticed that a $100 bill was clipped to the outside of a chart. And I asked my employee at the time, I said, why are you putting cash on the outside of a chart? It's supposed to go into the lockbox. And she said, well, that's what Susie told me to do. And I found that very odd. And then there was one other thing that happened. My treatment coordinator took a very large cash payment, and then Susie backed it out of the ledger. And so those were the things. So it was behavioral, but it was also tracing down that $100, finding out that it had never been deposited. And then other things after that, I kind of started to follow and watch her.
How did you feel when you first became suspicious?
Honestly, I felt like I was being paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How did you feel when embezzlement was confirmed?
Honestly, I felt devastated. I felt hurt. I played the why me victim game. I really, honestly questioned my judgment in people, because she was someone who was the grandmother type, who did everything for me in the office, and would have never thought in a million years that she would have done that.
Yeah. Did you ever blame yourself?
I guess I did, because I felt like I was on top of things, and this made me realize that I really wasn't.
Yeah. So what did you learn from this experience?
I learned good things and bad things.
Okay.
I learned not to trust anyone, which is my protective mechanism. But I also learned how determined I can be and how strong I can be in the face of adversity. Because when this happened, my life fell apart. I told my husband, I'm out. I went to my office every weekend. I went through my day sheets, and I discovered a bunch of missing money before I hired Prosperity. And I did things that I didn't think I could ever do.
What good things did you learn?
What good things?
Yeah.
I learned how to file a police report.
Good one.
I had no idea how to do that. I learned to check my insurance for employee theft. Had no idea that that was even in place. I learned how to protect myself the best that I can.
What changes did you make since then in procedures and how you do things?
So I definitely limit my employees to what they can access on on tops, and I'm in control of the cash box. And this may or may not be right, but when I hire someone, I tell them that I did have a person in my office who embezzled and that I prosecuted them. And if they want to embezzle, that this is not the place they want to be employed. I also set up security features on my alarms so that I get called when someone goes in after hours. And everyone knows that if they don't tell me that they're going to the office, I will call the police and have them arrested, even if they are my employee. And I also stopped taking online payments, and I started getting all of my insurance through electronic fund transfers. So a couple of things like that.
Okay. Was there anything else you would want to share, or you want anybody to know with your experience?
I would say definitely hire someone to help you, because when this happened, all the thoughts that were running through my mind: how do I file a police report? Am I going to get my money back? Where do I start? And I remember calling David Harris, and he was in the car driving. It was a Friday night, and he talked to me for 3 hours. And by the end of that conversation, I felt like I had someone who had my back, and he did. And I don't think that I could have gotten through this by myself. And in the process of the investigation, what I discovered and through Prosperity made me realize that I could actually stop this woman from hurting someone else's business. And I feel really good about that.